Fresh Light, where we bring fresh newspaper headlines to the limelight. Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Watch, like, subscribe, and make sure your notification is activated on our YouTube channel. You can also like and comment on our pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. It is essential to be up to date on happenings around you, and to make that easy for you, ladies and gentlemen, we present Fresh Light, where we bring fresh newspaper headlines to the limelight. Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Al-Iyamoye.
Pleasant morning from this side. It is a great weekend, and this weekend definitely will be a big blessing to us. I say welcome to Fresh Light, the weekend edition of the 29th day of the month of April 2023. I am OLUWAFISAYOMI, AJIBOLA.
And I'm SOWOLE, MOSHOOD. Good morning.
Okay, this morning we will be coming to you on Fresh Light, where we'll save you the stress of flipping through the newspaper pages. We'll be coming for you with the Saturday Punch, the Saturday Vanguard, Daily Trust, and Saturday Sun. Starting from the Vanguard newspaper, if you are opportune to see the cover page, you will see the leading story, knocks on Buhari for his comments. What is that comment? You get to see details later. You have this also, May 29, Cold War still ranges between the South-South governors, godfathers. Nigerians stranded at the Egyptian border. Also, this headline, Zenith Bank records 41% rise in gross earnings to 270 billion naira in quarter 23. These are stories leading on Vanguard newspaper this morning. Going to see the details of the newspaper, let's take the leading story first. Next, on Buhari for his comment. If you disturb me in Daura, I will leave for Niger Republic. President Muhammadu Buhari recently remarked that he can't wait to go home to Daura, and if they make any noise to disturb him in Daura, he will leave for the Niger Republic, has sparked a flurry of reactions from Nigerians. The comment, which was made during a Salah homage to him by FCT residents, led by the Minister Mohammed Bello, has been interpreted by many as evidence of the president's disinterest in the country's current state of insecurity, economic decline, and widespread corruption. In recent years, insecurity has continued to ravage different parts of the country, with banditry, kidnapping, and terrorism spreading rampantly. The Vanguard is reporting with the headline, knocks on Buhari for this comment. If you disturb me in Daura, I'll leave for Niger Republic. Also on Vanguard, you will see this other leading story, May 29 handover. Cold War still rages between South-South governors, godfathers. The reported ill feelings between the outgoing governors in the South-South region and their godfathers over their successor last year has not abated, despite that the handover to governors-elect is less than a month away. In 2015, the former governor of Rivers State and the ex-minister of Transportation, Right Honorable Rotimi Amaechi, now an All Progressive Congress APC leader who conscripted the current governor, Nyesom Wike, into power, did not see eye to eye with him later on and never officially handed over to him. By these actions and comments, Amaechi was visibly reluctant to hand over to Wike. His party was in the election petition tribunal challenging the emergence of Wike as governor-elect. To read details of that lengthy but interesting story, pick a copy of Vanguard or you go to vanguardngr.com. You read details of the story.
From Vanguard newspaper, fuel subsidy remover, Nazima raised alarms over impact on businesses. The Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Nazima, has expressed deep concern over the impact that the planned removal of fuel subsidy will have on businesses, even as it's noted that the federal government has not made any tangible provision to caution the potential effects of the removal. President of Naziman, Ide John Udiagbala, stated the concern of the business community at the press briefing on socio-economic issue in Lagos yesterday. In his words, Naziman and indeed the organized private sector, OPS, are not against subsidy removal from fuel. However, we are concerned about the impact of the subsidy removal on our businesses, which are already burdened with so much economic pressures and difficulties, leading to shutdown of many SMEs and more unemployed in the countries. For more of this, you can pick up the Vanguard newspaper.
Vanguard also, you will see 113 humanitarian workers evacuated from Western Sudan. As fighting continues in Sudan, at least 113 humanitarian workers from various aid organizations has been flown out of North Darfur state in the west of the country. The staff were airlifted to neighboring Chad on Thursday. The governor of North Darfur, Nahim Mohammed Abdirahman, told DPA on Friday. The evacuated workers, including those of the World Food Programme, UNICEF, the UN mission in Sudan, and the Norwegian Refugee Council. UNITMAS said that France organized the mission. You can read details of what is happening in Sudan from the humanitarian angle. 103 humanitarian workers evacuated from Western Sudan. Also on Vanguard newspaper, you will see this story. Atiku spokesman Bawa predicts Wike El-Rufai other top Tinubu's cabinet list. The details as is that Daniel Bawa and head to the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has predicted the composition of the cabinet of the president-elect, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bawa predicted the cabinet of Tinubu's incoming government in a Twitter post on Friday. Formerly of All Progressive Congress, Bawa defected to PDP last year. According to Bawa, House of Representatives Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila will be appointed as Tinubu Chief of Staff. Secretary to the Government of Federation, Nasiru El-Rufai, Governor of Kaduna State, former Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. National Security Advisor Nuru Ribadu, retired police officer, pioneer chairman of Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. If you want to see the full list, pick up a copy of Vanguard newspaper to read with the headline. Atiku spokesperson, Bawa predicts Wike El-Rufai other top Tinubu's cabinet.
Still on Vanguard newspaper, be a good ambassadors of Imo. Also, Dima tells 4 sets of 1,000 pilgrims. After more than 10 years of not attending pilgrimage from the state, the Imo State government is sending its first batch of a total of 1,000 Imolites for pilgrimage. In his address, the Imo State Governor, the distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, asked the first set of the intended pilgrims to be a good ambassador in their conduct and not to abscond, to show that Imo peoples are different. According to the governor, remember that the government that sent you the need to be encouraged in prayer and in good conduct. Governor Uzodinma disclosed that his administration's major priority was not only the physical and infrastructural properties, but also the spiritual prosperities and well-being of the Imo. While charging the intending Imo pilgrim to thank God for the peace in Imo, he urged them to pray for the unity of Nigeria, for President Muhammadu Buhari, who God has used for the infrastructural development in the state, and the President-elect Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Be a good ambassador of Imo. Uzodinma tells 4 sets of 1,000 pilgrims. For more details on this, pick up the Vanguard newspaper.
Okay, going to the Saturday Sun, you will see cover stories like opposition parties plots to produce speaker wobbles. It has riders like Aswase, Batra, Gadili split lawmakers elect. Why Kalu deserves to be Senate President Nwachukwu. Also, you will see Yahoo Yahoo is no crime. It is the grace of God at work. Suspect said that. YFG should release Kanu now or Zekume. Fuel subsidy removal and cost not suspended. FG. Adamu bows to pressure, conveys emergency National Working Committee meeting for Wednesday. As another cover, Imiobi Ohaneze meet tomorrow over challenges facing Igbo. Court halt FG's planned concessions of Ajaokuta Steel, Isakpe Iron Oro. Okay, these are cover stories on the Saturday Sun. Taking the first leading story, 10th National Assembly, opposition parties plot to produce Speaker wobbles. The details are that ahead of the June 13 inaugurations of the 10th National Assembly, plots by some members elected on the platform of the opposition parties to produce the Speaker of the House of Representatives might have hit the rock. The move Saturday's Sun gathered is buoyed by the majority stake of the opposition party in the Green Chamber of the National Assembly. The outcome of the recent supplementary election swelled the members of the elected member of opposition's party in the 10th House of Representatives to 182, one vote more than the statutory benchmark of 181 votes required to elect a speaker. Read details of that story. National Assembly, 10th National Assembly, opposition parties plot to produce speaker wobbles. Okay, also on the Sun, yes, the Saturday Sun, you will see APC leadership crisis. Adamu bows to pressure. Let's see the details. The national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Abdullahi Adamu, on Friday bowed to intense pressure, summoning an emergency meeting of the party's National Working Committee, NWC, to deliberate on the crisis rocking the administrative organ of the party. Members of the National Working Committee and the Northwest Zona Chairman, Sahili Mohammed, did not only issue a 7-day ultimatum but also made due threat to drag the party's boss to court over sundry infrastructure betrayed by the leadership or the headship of the party. APC leadership crisis. Adamu bows to pressure. The Sun newspaper is reporting that.
Kogi APC governor candidate Ododo receives Buhari's blessing. Kogi APC governor candidate Ododo received Buhari's blessings. President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday received and gave his blessing to the governorship candidate of All Progressive Congress APC in Kogi State, Usman Ododo, in the November election. He also advised the party in the state to embark on age-based election campaign so as to ensure the party retain the state in the coming election. Ododo, while briefing his state house correspondent at Governor Yahaya Bello present to the president, expressed confidence that he will win. He said if elected in the forthcoming poll, he was committed to build on the unparalleled development stretch of the governor, which was achieved through inclusive governance. Ododo said, with his wealth of experience in the private and public finance sector, as well as the opportunity of learning from Bello, who he described as a great leader to Kogites, he was well equipped to steer the ship of the conflict state in the desired direction. Ododo emerged the Kogi APC governorship candidate through a direct primaries election on April 14 and was ratified through a special congress of party on April 15. Kogi APC governor candidate Ododo received Buhari's blessing. For more details on this, you can pick up the Saturday Sun newspaper.
Still on Saturday Sun, why Kalu deserves to be the Senate President? Nwachukwu. Honorable Nwachukwu Tobi Sinalakwe, a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and West African coordinator of the defunct National Support for Jonathan Sambo presidency, has warned that any attempt or plot to deny Southeast the next Senate President will further divide Nigeria, considering the state of the nation due to the outcome of the just concluded presidential elections. He recalled how the imbalance of the power by the present administration has divided the country and urged the incoming government to heal wounds of ethnic division by running an all-inclusive government. To read details of that interview, go to the Sun newspaper and read why Kalu deserves to be Senate President. It's on Daily Sun. Buhari Tinubu pray at Aso Rock Mosque. President Muhammadu Buhari and President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu observed the Jumat prayer at the Presidential Villa Mosque. Femi Gbajabiamila and Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje and a couple of others personnel security were in attendance. The Chief Imam of the State House Mosque, Ustaz Abdul Wahid Sulaiman, led the 2 rakat unit of prayers, which also had House of Majority Leader Hassan Adodogua, Attorney General Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, National Security Advisor retired Major General Babangana Mungono, and Director General International Intelligence Agency Ambassador Ahmed Rufai Abubakar, among other government officials in attendance. Buhari Tinubu pray at Aso Rock Mosque. The Sun newspaper is reporting that.
Still on the Saturday Sun newspaper, businessman to Southwest governance supports Gani Adams' security cultural agenda. The Akerogun Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land, Chief Kasim Adewale Hamzat, has urged the governors of the 6 Southwest states to support the enduring transformational agenda of Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land, Ìbà Gani Abiodun Ige Adams, in both security and cultural promotion activities. Chief Hamzat added that such move would ensure effective security and enhance the cultural reawakening process across the Southwest. Speaking yesterday in Lagos at a special program prayer he organized to celebrate the 53rd birthday anniversary of Yoruba generalismo, Hamzat said Ààrẹ Gani Adams has a realistic template that can solve the increased spread of insecurity in Southwest. The businessman and the real estate investors praised Yoruba generalismo for its commitment to the ideas of Yoruba race for 3 decades without looking back. Ààrẹ Gani Adams stated the struggles for the liberation of Yoruba race at 23 when he emerged the leader of the Oodua People's Congress, OPC, and he had since been consistent in the struggle for cultural transformation both in Nigeria and beyond. Businessmen to Southwest governor support Gani Adams' security and cultural agenda. Saudi Sun newspaper.
Building collapse, NIWA tells Lagos State government suspend declarations activity of reclamation activities at Banana Island. There are indications that the National Inland Waterways Authority is at loggerhead with the Lagos State government over the incident of a collapsed building in Banana Island recently and the demolition of 20 buildings on the order of the state governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. A press statement issued on Friday by the General Manager Corporate Affairs of NIWA, Jubril Dauda, said the Managing Director of NIWA, George Mugalu, has visited the site of the incident and ordered the immediate suspension of all reclamations activity within the island until the conclusion of investigation ordered by the Lagos State government. Building collapse. NIWA tackles Lagos State government suspend reclamation of activities at Banana Island. Daily Sun has the details. Also on the Saturday Sun, DSO ban reject NCC planned sales of 600 MHz spectrum brand. The Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria (BON) has rejected the planned sale of the 600 MHz spectrum band exclusively allocated to broadcasting in the country. The rejection was conveyed via a letter to the Director General of the National Broadcasting Commission (NBC), Dr. Yemisi Gbangbose, Executive Secretary of BON. The letter, entitled "An Urgent Call to NBC to Save Television Broadcasting for Extermination," and dated 25 April 2023, called on NBC to take the required legal steps to prevent the sales of the spectrum band until after the completion of the digital switchover as stipulated by the International Telecommunication Union and as stated in the federal government white paper on digitalization. DSO Born reject NCC planned sale of 600 MHz spectrum band. The Saturday Sun is reporting that industry story.
Still on Saturday Sun, Wike Makinde visits Tinubu in Abuja. Governors of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike and his Oyo State counterpart, Sheyi Makinde, yesterday paid a surprise courtesy visit on the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Abuja. And stating the purpose of their visit to the President-elect, the two governors declared that they came to pay homage to him. They claimed that since the election is over and they face with the realities of governance, they will support and cooperate and support him to succeed in turning the fortune of the country around. Speaking to the newsmen, the Rivers State governor urged Nigerians to rally around the President-elect ahead of the inauguration of his administration as the next president of Nigeria. According to Wiki, we are here on a goodwill costed visit on the President-elect. The election and the politicking are over. We are to show our support to President-elect. Wike Makinde visits Tinubu in Abuja, Saturday Sun.
Okay, we'll go for a commercial break. When we'll come back, we will come with the other newspapers we have on our shelves. That is the Punch and Daily Trust newspaper. Do stay with us.
Thousands have been disappointed severally in their bid abroad. To those who are in the traveling agency business, it is a rocket science. That is not our case. These are thousands in-depth details on how to successfully, without stress, help you process and secure your visa to anywhere in the world. Who wants a permanent residential visa, visiting and tourism visa, student visa to places like Europe, America, Asia, Africa. It's no big deal to us. At Tausaf, years of experience and expertise speaks volume for us. Let's process and secure visa for you to UK, USA, and Canada within a twinkle of an eye. We offer our Muslim faithfuls. What are you waiting for? Consult us at number 9 Tausaf Central Mall, Sholanke Street, Abuja. 0833000 or 578-4060. Stop wasting money. Pay for peace of mind. Talk to Tausaf Travel. Thousands serving a past in the business is not our travel. Self deeply without stress. Help you process.
Aláfẹ́ tó gbayì tó fẹ́ wọṣọ yìí ṣoge tó pàgbàmù ló ń kọjá lọ sí House of Zayana. House Zayana, the name and we talk of top-notch fashion, quality materials and class. House of Arojulowo Turkey wears, Egypt and Malaysia clothing, Dubai, àwọn designer bags lóríṣiríṣi, àwọn ìtẹ̀lẹ̀ bàtà tó jiná tí wọ́n fawọ́ original ṣe, àwọn aago kájọ́ tó ń ka wákàtí ọjọ́, designer sunglasses and perfumes, pẹ̀lú àwọn gbogbo nǹkan tóbìnrin àsìkò fi ń gbáfẹ́ lò gbà. Mo débẹ̀ kàmìkàmì èmi ni orú. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin Mùsùlùmí ẹlẹ́sìn ẹgbóge wọ́n pa fashion ṣe wá nílò jàlábíà ìjà àti báyà lóríṣiríṣi. House of Zayana lẹ́wọ̀n ti rí gbogbo ẹ̀rà. House of Zayana ní 52 ọlọ́run ṣògo road ajá sí Redeem Church Aga Parish Ọlọ́run wà Abẹ́òkúta lórí Instagram House of Zion 081 65 68 86 18 House of Zion ilé ìtajà àti ìtojúlówó aṣọ àti
Welcome back. Still on Daily Trust newspaper we're taking now. On the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, again, FG postpones censors. Passion to tell Muslim stories drove me into movie production. Arabel CEO. Senator mobilized against Akpabio wants Barrow as Senate president. Ganduje government frustrating transitional committee. Abba Gida. The old baby rescue from dustbin in River State.
Okay, let's look at the stories, the details of that story. Let's look at the cover story on that Daily Trust. What for you still listening and watching is called Fresh Light, where we'll save you the stress of going through the newspaper pages. The last lap of Fresh Light, we'll be looking at The Punch and also Daily Trust. Okay, on Daily Trust, you will see this story. Senator mobilized against Akpabio, wants Barrow as Senate President. Senator-elect of the 10th Assembly are mobilizing against the plans by the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu to make the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Senator Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President. Daily Trust Saturday has gathered. It was also reliably gathered that governor of the ruling All Progressive Party APC are divided on the matter, with some of them favorably disposed to Achiwaju's choice of Akpabio, while others believe the North should produce the next Senate President. Daily Trust had exclusively reported on Friday that Tinubu had settled for Akpabio and Jubril Barau APC Kano as Senate President and Deputy respectively. It was after he met with some key stakeholders of the ruling party, including some members of the National Working Committee. But impeccable sources told the newspaper that even the National Working Committee of the party is divided, as some want Akpabio, others want Senators Jubril Barau from Kano, while some want the position ceded to the southeast. Senator mobilized against Akpabio wants Barau as Senate President. Daily Trust has the details. Tinubu hosts PDP governors in Abuja. President-elect Bola Tinubu hosted two governors of the opposition party, People's Democratic Party, at Defense House, Abuja on Friday. River State Governor Nyesom Wike and his Oyo State counterpart Seyi Makinde had a meeting with the incoming president. The two governors were among the aggrieved G5 governors of the PDP who refused to work for former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, PDP, presidential candidate in the February 25 elections won by Tinubu. They had insisted on resignations of PDP National Chairman Dr. Iyocha Ayu in the build-up to the general elections. Tinubu hosts PDP governors in Abuja. Daily Trust has the details.
Still on Daily Trust newspaper, PDP demands visa ban, international sanctions against Buhari. The People Democratic Party, PDP, has called on the international communities to place a visa ban and international sanctions on President Muhammadu Buhari over his comment that the opposition lost the last presidential election because they were overconfident. Addressing a press conference at the party headquarters on Friday, Debo Ologunagba, the National Publicity Secretary of the party said the comment credited to Buhari was already causing apprehension and capable of destroying the cooperation existence of Nigeria as a country. The PDP also said the comment was seeking to influence the judiciary since the party is already challenging the outcome of the polls, which they said has adjourns across the countries and globally as the whole, as the worst in the history of our country. The party insisted that it does not lose the presidential election as claimed by President Buhari, adding, "We are not willing to surrender the mandate freely given to our party by the people, irrespective of the threats and bullying and manipulation by the APC-led administration." PDP demand visa ban, international sanctions against Buhari. For more details on this, take on the Daily Trust newspaper.
PEPEG delivered 180 reforms in 7 years, Oshibajo. Vice President Yemi Oshibajo has said that the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEPEG, delivered 180 reforms to facilitate the ease of doing business in the past 7 years of its existence. Oshibajo stated this Friday at an award ceremony organized by PEPEG to recognize ministries, departments and agencies of government as well as subnationals who have contributed to business facilitation in the country. In his remarks at the event in Abuja, Oshibajo, who shares the council, said PEPEG over the years developed a strategy to identify and implement bold pragmatic reforms by soliciting the support of other arms of government, including the legislature, judiciary, and subnational governments. PEPEG delivered 180 reforms in 7 years. Oshibajo. Details is on Daily Trust. Also on Daily Trust, you will see this: REA boss denied being director in logistic firm. The managing director of Rural Electrification Agency, REA, Ahmad Solijo, has denied serving as a director in Velocity Logistics and Maritime Services Limited while serving his term as the federal agency. In a statement yesterday, Solijo, who was reacting to allegations by Domithin Nigeria Limited and a published report, noted that he had relinquished his position as a director of Velocity on April 25, 2019, before he was appointed to head the REA. REA boss denies being director in logistic firm. Daily Trust has the details.
I'll stay on Daily Trust newspaper. FG, Lagos government, trade wars over Banana Island building collapse. The federal government and the Lagos state government are trading wars over the recent collapse of the 7-story building at Banana Island in the state. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State had on Saturday blamed the Federal Ministry of Works and the National Inland Waterway Authority, NIWA, for allegedly granting an extension of the line of Banana Island, saying that both federal agencies gave approval for the extension without the state government's knowledge. The governor made this accusation when he led a delegation of government officials for an on-the-spot assessment of the site of the collapsed house. Recall that one person was killed, 7 others rescued when an uncompleted 7-story building collapses in Banana Island area of Ikoyi on April 12th this year. Federal FG Lagos government trade wars over Banana Island building collapse. For more details on this, you can pick up the Daily Trust newspaper.
The last paper for today, the Punch newspaper, has on its cover, heavy rainfall, planes may overshoot runways, bridges washed off, FG warns. Buhari hails Adenuga at 70. Sudan's lament neglect, 7,000 stranded at Egypt border. Police killed my husband for rejecting special duty, wife of Kwara inspector. Finding true love hard, says Yetunde Bakari. These are cover stories on Punch newspaper. Looking at details of the leading story: heavy rainfall, planes may overshoot runway, bridges washed off, FG warns. The details: this year's rainy season and other weather conditions are likely to cause major disruption in the country which will affect citizens' health and infrastructure in key sectors. According to a technical committee of experts set up by the federal government, this is due to the severity of the weather and lack of preparedness by relevant agencies. Roads, bridges, and other key infrastructure, as well as communities, may be washed away, while the disease epidemic may break out in many communities. The aviation sector is not left out, as airplanes may skid off runways and cause major catastrophe. This warning is contained in the document prepared and made available to Saturday Punch by a panel, which is chaired by the National Emergency Management Agency. Details of that cautious story is found in Punch newspaper with the headline, "Heavy rainfall, planes may overshoot runways, bridges washed off FG1s." And this one, breaking news, Buhari approves postponement of 2023 census. The President, Muhammadu Buhari, has approved the postponement of the 2023 populations and housing census, earlier scheduled for May 3 to 7, 2023, to a date to be determined by the incoming administration. The President gave the approval after meeting with some members of the Federal Executive Council and the Chairman of the National Population Commission, Nasri Issa Kwara, on his team at the Presidential Villa in Abuja on Friday, April 28, 2023. This is contained in a press release, in a press statement signed by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, and released Saturday morning. Breaking: Buhari approves postponement of 2023 census. Punch has the details.
Still on Punch newspaper, FG to engage governors, incoming government teams on fuel subsidy. The federal government, through the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, has said that the fuel subsidy removal is yet to be suspended. A statement on Friday by the Minister's Special Advisor, Media and Communication, Yunusa Abdullahi, indicated that the federal government planned to expand the subsidy removal committee to include the state governors and the teams from the incoming administration. The statement raised against the backdrop of the story in some media that the federal government has suspended the removal of petrol subsidy. The government has said that it has not suspended the removal, but has rather expanded the subsidy removal committee to include the teams from the incoming administration and state governments. FG to engage governors, incoming government teams on fuel subsidy. For more details of this, you can pick up the Punch newspaper.
And the last story being Metro News today on FRESHLIGHT, Oyo teenager kills father, mother arrested for hiding crime. The Oyo State Police Command has paraded an 18-year-old man, Taufik Adiagbo, for allegedly killing his father. The suspect mother, Rashidat, was also arrested for concealing the crime. Paraded the suspect alongside 23 others in Ibadan on Friday, the State Police Public Relations Officer Adewale Oshifeso said the incident occurred in Tede, Atisbo local government area of the state. Oyo teenager kills father, mother arrested for hiding crime. The Punch has the details. I will say thank you for watching, thank you for listening to FRESHLIGHT this lovely Saturday morning. Do enjoy your weekend in moderation, because weekend ends tomorrow, Sunday, and work resume. No, there is going to be a public holiday on Monday. Well, enjoy your weekend lavishly. I am OLUWAFISAYOMI, AJIBOLA. I say, have a great weekend.
I'm SOWOLE. Don't forget to join us on Monday on FRESHLIGHT on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.